Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Sean. Welcome back to another deck profile. In today's deck profile, I'm going to go over my choice of probably the deck that I would play competitively uh, in the upcoming formats, uh, pre-Phantom Nightmare, post-Phantom Nightmare. This is Rescue Ace Fire King. So this is gonna be my choice of deck. So let's go. Let's take a look at it. First we have the best engine in the game. Three Wanted, three Black Witch, and the original Sinful Spoil. You ha- for this version to basically function well, I believe that maxing out on the Black Witch and the Wanted is necessary because of how much the Rescue Ace engine got hit. Uh, with the consistency, with Airlifter going to one, this is going to help boost that consistency that the deck needs. Previously, you can play one witch because you have the two Airlifter, but now with the Airlifter being at one, I think having multiple Black Witch is necessary. And also, post Phantom Nightmare, you can also play a small populous package, bonfire with bonfire in here. That could also work as well. It works really well with the Snake Eye, with the Fire King engine in here. You can also play a Snake Eye engine in here as well, making a like a Fire Mash 60 card deck. So it's a really good. So these are mandatory for the engine. Your two airlifter. Basically Rhoda is your airlifter. Basically, this card's at one. That's all you can really play. Uh, two turbulence. Nothing to say much. You don't want to see this card in your hand, but if you see this card in your hand, you kind of have to see like emergency and other rescue ace cards to basically for this card to work. So it's a bit of a bricky card if it doesn't open properly. If you don't open it in the correct hand. Same with Preventer. Preventer's still good. Book of Moon. You control another rescue ace. Reborns. From Banished, which is really nice. Only two is needed. And here I play three Hydrant. I believe that consistency is key in Rescue Ace. Losing the Airlifter, so the more ways that you can get to the starter, the better. So Hydrant is pretty good here as another form of starter. Three Impulse. I like Impulse as a hand trap. Uh, you can search Impulse off of your emergency or your alert if you already have the other pieces in your hand. So being a searchable hand trap, it's just amazing. Um, it just makes sense. The more you play this deck, the more you would like Impulse going second. Going first, I would side out two Impulses for other cards. But going second, this card is just amazing, and like you're gonna lose your dice roll basically 55% of the time, so you're gonna need to see these going second cards. And then along with the impulse are the two targets. I play both, fire engine and fire attacker. This is a bit of a bigger build. I like both of them in certain situations. Drawing the fire attacker is not even bad because like when you summon another rescue ace, you can special summon this card from hand. So drawing these cards are not bad because they summon themselves. So if you summon another rescue ace monster, so these are really good. All right. Triple emergency. For the rescue ace, spell and trap, one headquarter, one alert, one rescue. Standard ratio, nothing to say much. Pretty straightforward. And then the two traps that you often set. Pretty straightforward. For the rescue ace package, I play a bit of a bigger rescue ace package. But it's up to player preference to basically adjust that. What do you like? How much impulse do you want? How much do you play fire engine or fire attacker or not? It's just based on personal preference and how you would like your play style to be. So there's that. Now onto the other engine, the other half of the deck, basically. Not complete half, but it's the Fire King engine. 3 Kirin. This is the imperm dodge of the deck. So if in situations where this and emergency are 6 cards in total that you would like to see in your opening hand, along with your starter, to be able to dodge imperm on the turbulence set 4. So that's why this card is really good because it pops any fire monster. Along with that, we play 1 Ponix, 1 Garunix, and 1 Borong for all the Fire King monsters and for all the Fire King engine. The Kirin, the major part of this engine is just the Kirin, and you can also use the Kirin to reborn these monsters, and they're extra link materials for you to make a bigger board at the end. Supplementing this engine is the 1 Sanctuary and the 1 Island. Sanctuary is really nice because it's also a target that you can send to the grave with OSS. So it's just really nice if you open the Fire King engine and the Witch engine together, because you will be able to access the other engine by using OSS on this. So you don't have to waste the Witch, and then you can use the Witch as another link materials and make a bigger board. That's it for the Fire King cards. Consistency cards. Again, 3 Prosperity. I really like consistency cards in this deck, and the 1-for-1, the 1 for 1, because 1 for 1 here can go into both Hydron and Ponix, so it's a really good card to be able to access into both engines, depending on what engine you're missing or what engine you really like to play against. Triple Ash and Triple Mourner as my last of my non-engines. This is a 47 card deck. I was torn between either this or Imperm, but the problem with Imperm is that you are setting 4, and then usually the last slot is gonna be Fire King Sanctuary. So you have to find a way to play through that. And also with Mourner, this hand trap plays under Shifter really well and not affect Veiler. So I would prefer Mourner in this situation over Veiler because of Shifter in itself. So that's another reason why I would play Mourner over Veiler here. Extra deck. The 3-link ones. Alma Rush is cuttable, but I think you're gonna need these 3 to basically link climb into SP Little Knight and more. Speaking of SP, IP Masquerader and SP Little Knight, you might run into a situation where you need 2 Little Knight, but I think one's okay. Depending on your playstyle, you can play 2 Little Knight, but I think 1 is enough in this situation because of the Fire King engine. You can go into way more combos than the Little Knight, so you don't have to go into multiple Little Knight to dodge imperms anymore because you have Fire King engine, so you save an extra deck slot. Sunlight Wolf, Heat Soul combo, the 2 Charmers, the 2 most busted Charmers right now, honestly. This target their Witch in Grave, and this for any fire decks. 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn. An alternative for the Little Knight here, because some decks don't like the fact that we pop their cards, and Unicorn spins back the card into their deck. So Unicorn is basically the second Little Knight, if you could think it that way. Heat Soul combo. I go into this card a lot. In my combo is basically my line of choice if I'm not getting drolled. So Heat Soul, very good card in this deck. just general. It's two free draws. Like who wouldn't want two free draws? Usually I only need one draw off of Pete Soul and then link it off for something bigger. But Appaloosa, nip proof combo. There's a nip proof combo out there. You can make Appaloosa or you can just bait nip out with it. It's also really good having Appaloosa on end boards. One access code to OTK. One Underworld Goddess. You're gonna need to see this card sometimes against Pearly. And this deck can really easily make Underworld Goddess because it spams the board really well. And then the Typhon to deal with the Branded and the Vanadium matchup. So that's it for extra deck. Side deck. Triple draw for the Rogue decks and the Mirror Match Crow for Fire King and all the Fire decks. I really hate playing against one specific deck, and that's Volcanic, because it's just super annoying with like the Volcanic Horus engine loop, and this card right here just snipe the shell out of the graveyard. It's just super good. And decks with the similar weaknesses, of course, being banished out their graveyard. It's also really good against transaction rollback plays with the Big Welcome Labyrinth. So if you open this along with like a Ash after the Big Welcome, and then you just crow them if they activate transaction rollback on the Big Welcome. They can't chain it because they already activated it. Crow is just nasty in those situations. To supplement the weakness of Labyrinth matchup, we have Bell as well, because Rescue A struggles against Labyrinth, but the whole reason why that I played the Fire King engine along with the Rescue Ace engine is because of the Labyrinth matchup. It helps with, the Fire King matchup is really good into Labyrinth, and I respect that deck a lot. So this is basically the out, dare I say, to that matchup, along with the Fire King engine in the deck. So we have more ways to beat that matchup. And then last 6 is flexible. You can really play realistically anything here. Duster and Lightning Storm could realistically, and then 3 evenly here for the mirror match mostly. But ideally, I don't have any burn cards, and this that can really go into time problems. So what I would probably do is change these two to a sprint and a scatter shot, depending on if you happen to go into time a lot, because you can make sprint dump, because you make link 2 and you can use that to make sprint, and then sprint dump scatter shot from the deck. And then these 3 could be Cosmic Cyclone for floodgates. So that would be another change. But if you're more concerned about the mirror match overall, this is the out to the mirror match. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy. A bit of a more expensive side deck, but I think that if you want to compete in this format, there's always gonna be the best deck in the room, quote unquote. And I think this deck can cover the most matchups out there. And that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.